Hi everyone, and hi Isaac sir, welcome on board.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rahul. It's a great pleasure to be on the forum with you,
Sir,
sir.
it's my pleasure, and for all these students who are listening to us, sir, ka introduction I was taking and I put pages and pages to fill it out, but I'll keep it short and sweet. Sir, the alumni of Jamnal Bajaj, sir, way back in 1981.
88, 85, sir. 85.
1985, the time
Yeah.
I was born, around plus and minus, and that you were finishing your MBA. And he has done some case studies of Vicom, Wonder Cement, DigiCement, Oreo case study. And this guy was an industry guy, 30 years sir, spent in corporate. I'm sure you must have played with the Hot Wheels car. So he was the one. Sir, you in the India launch team of Hot Wheels car? How was
Yes,
it?
yes. Hot
Yeah,
Wheels, Barbie, and He-Man and the Masters Universe, of course.
He-Man and the Master of the Universe. These are all toys what we all 90s kids grew up. This is so amazing. He's a faculty at IIM Trichy, IIM Calcutta. He's go to US as well, Russia as well to teach. So your last stint was in Russia in St. Petersburg,
Yeah,
if I'm
St.
not wrong.
Petersburg. Yes, that's right, Russia.
This is so amazing. He's headed the countries. And in fact, one of his roles was with Yes Bank as the customer experience head for the nation, reporting to Mr. Rana, who is known for all good reasons right now. And also, sir, you were doing director of planning for JW Walterson as
J.
well.
Walter Thompson's. Yeah, that's right.
Walter Thompson.
Yeah, on Lux brand.
This is
That's right.
so amazing. Sir, today I am really privileged to have you on board and enlighten all these 80,000, 90,000 hours family who are listening to us. Sir, I want to talk about one beautiful thing called experiential marketing. Marketing is no longer put an advertisement or a hoarding on a board and just start selling people are going to buy a product. Or you do, a push ads on radios. It's not about that anymore. What this term is experiential marketing, sir? What is it with your 30 years experience? If you can enlighten us on that.
Yes, Rahul. Rahul, exactly what you said is what is happening as such. People have given up understanding about products and things like that. Information is already, passe. You have Google and then you have God, for instance, as such. After that, every other information is available, number one. Number two, people have now transcended into what is called a very vivid memorability of what they want to take home with themselves, for instance, because they want to talk about it. They want to and this is where experiential marketing really comes into force, for instance. And this has been amplified in a very significant manner through a lot of interaction with technology, for instance, as such. A lot of technology invasion has also happened, for instance, as such. Plus, a whole lot of innovation has also got into even understanding as to innovation doesn't mean that you need to look at only advertising or whatever it is. In almost every form of innovation, which will bring about serendipity in customers, and that's the word that is used in experiential marketing. How to
What
create
is what is
serendipity?
what is serendipity when it comes to
Serendipity
marketing?
is that wow, in life.
Mm,
Ah, Ari, yaar, that kind of thing. That's the serendipity. Now, and that goes beyond, acha, theek hai, pata hai, sahi hai, that kind of thing. So if you get into that particular area of serendipity, that means it's not, it goes beyond surprise. It is almost on the verge of being astonished by some event or a particular experience that you've had, or a particular airline that you have taken, or a service that is delivered, for instance, as such. Or you have gone on an excursion and you went to a place like Tenerife in the in the Canary Islands, and that
mm.
has left behind a vivid memory. Why I'm saying vivid is that it just goes beyond the superficial memory. It gets into your deep memory. It remains with you. Perhaps this is what is called lived experiences.
Great.
Yes.
So I'm just taking some keywords. So serendipity, the lived experience, and the aha moment is the key of experiential marketing. Sir, sensory marketing is also similar stuff.
Sensory is also a part of it as such.
Okay.
Sensory marketing is, of course, a part of it. For instance, if you look at how Starbucks has used sensory marketing, for instance, as such, and they've done that beautifully well. They give you an experience that no other coffee brand in the world has been able to give it to you, for instance. As that sensory branding is not only the way the barista, who's basically the guy who actually he's the guy who he's your consultant as far as coffee is concerned, as far as Starbucks is concerned. He'll tell you, you have this, do that, and you can see him actually doing that in front of him, for front of you, for instance, as such. Now that's where the experiential sensory part of it is basically done. Of course, the olfactory, feeling that you get of the aroma of coffee is the one that actually, and therefore this actually activates almost all, if not all, the senses of a
Right.
particular person. And that's where I think, sensory branding becomes an important thing. In fact,
Right.
what they've done is a very interesting thing, and this, of course, most people would know about it by now. As soon as you walk onto a particular landing of a particular mall, for instance, you get the sense, oh, the aroma of coffee. Chal, coffee pी लेते हैं.
Del
That's
coffee.
right. They do that, how? Through the ducts.
Acha.
Yeah, through
Oh,
the ducts. And suddenly the trigger is there as far as getting you to feel the urge to have coffee. The trigger. You get the
oh,
point. The
great.
trigger to have. So you say, chal yaar, yaar. नहीं, chal yaar, chal. Let's, that's the, and that's where, and when you go there, sit down there and have this thing and feel, and then soul entire thing about that experiential thing, the sensory part of it,
You
which is
spend
very
more
different.
time. You spend more time in a mall rather
Yeah.
than those 15 minutes or 20 minutes. What you thought you'll just do window shopping and come
Yeah.
out.
If you
Great.
were to look at in a big contrast, look at how you would have had a filter coffee in a Udupi restaurant, and
Mm,
how you would spend perhaps half an hour, 45 minutes, even an hour having a Starbucks coffee, maybe 10 times more costlier than what you would have had in the this. So the value addition for the brand is actually coming from that sensory feels that you're getting
right.
about, not only about the coffee, about the Congo coffee or the Brazilian coffee that you want to do. So you become almost a connoisseur of
Right.
coffee, for instance, and that's
People
the
don't
experience
know.
that.
People don't know the meaning of connoisseur. Connoisseur means a gourmet or somebody who has got a fine taste for something is called connoisseur. Connoisseur of good food. Connoisseur मतलब अगर आपको Italian food पसंद है तो मतलब genuinely ये नहीं I will eat any kind of pizza. So you like thin crust pizza with some extra mozzarella cheese on that and a little bit of blue cheese on the side as well. Then you are a connoisseur of good food. This is so lovely. Sir, any parting thoughts to all these people on the century? They're all building their brands. There's some kids who are listening to us. Some
Yes.
of them are going to be your students at KG my executive management. When you see students whom you teach at a 2-year MBA program and also an executive management program who come with a 4 or 5 year experience, when you teach them, do you see a slight difference in their head or the way they perceive things?
Yes, there is a significant difference. Let me assure you of that. And there is a significant difference, and the way we structure the course at the MBA executive program is very different. It is MBA plus, for instance. We can't assume that they will go through the basics only, for instance, and things like that as such. So therefore, they come with a lot of experience, and experience is something which is very invaluable, to say the least, for instance. So what we do is we structure the courses on a very distinctly different, one step ahead of the MBA course, for instance, because it's an accelerated MBA program. For instance, 15 months, you're actually delivering what the regular MBA students will be basically getting in about 2 years time, for instance, as such. So
Right.
the rigor is there. The rigor is there. But what is happening is that the more critical factor is, number one, the executive MBA program students will have to work a little harder, no doubt about it. Number one, they're getting into the whole regime of reading and understanding after perhaps 5 years or thereabouts. So most people would have, okay, they would be basically reading everything on your mobile and things like that
Right.
as such. That
Right.
is one particular rigor that should be built up. Number two is the fact that there is a whole lot of peer learning that happens.
Right.
There
Right.
are 20 people who are sitting or 30 people who are sitting. You don't take more than 30 in the class. But that's a big learning. That's an experiential learning. People come from diverse backgrounds. They worked in, some of them have worked in rural areas. Some of them have worked abroad, for instance. Some of them are in a different area, for instance. That
What's
kind
your
of confluence.
that's what's your
Yeah.
advice to all of you who are listening to you, sir, right now? They're all age group of 25, 26, 27 as well, who are like in the job right now, but they're thinking ke mere ko as a marketing prof banta hai. By the way, I forgot that sir is the area chair head of marketing at KG Sumaya for the 2 years program as well as the undergrad program. और sir ने जो case studies लिखी हैं वो जो हमारी Kotler book है उसके अंदर आने वाली हैं. So he has been doing amazing stuff. So sir, any thoughts on these people who are just in the corporate structure right now?
See, I think they have poised at a very, very significant stage in their life. You know, as it is seen abroad, for instance, as such, abroad, you do an MBA only after you've got about at least minimum 2, if not more years of experience, for instance. They're learning an intake and internalizing of the constructs in management is much quicker, faster, and it gets imbibed faster, for instance, because they have got a lot of experience that they come, whichever experience, whatever experience that they actually come in with, for instance. It's a big leg up for not only the position that they're holding, but also their future career, for instance, their future career. And that, I think, is a very important element. It's a very important element because, as we all know, the structured form of an MBA program is one of the most critical factor that most, if not all, the organizations are looking for. For instance, there is a structure, there is a method in the madness in doing. How would you be able to really build up, a very, very good business, for instance? So likewise, you would be able to take one step, if not a good step ahead of what you are doing at the moment, for instance, as such, by getting into a PG MBA program, for instance, a PG MBA program, or an MBA executive program, for instance, which is the MBA plus program that we have in KJ Soma Institute of Management.
So if you guys want to learn faster and learn with the sir, etc., just check out the website. I'll give you the link again. This has been so lovely interaction. Sir, thank you so much for your time. You have been great on the channel. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure, Rahul. Always a pleasure. Always a
Thank
pleasure.
you, sir.
Thank you
Bye-bye,
so much.
sir. Have a good day.
I enjoyed myself. Let me assure you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Sir, wait.